Welcome, viewership. We're doing something that we have long anticipated and long wanted to bring to you. This is the Doctor and the Bard playing tabletop Warhammer 40K. My living room has been transformed into what is basically a recording studio, and the Doctor and I have spent a lot of time setting this up.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of the tech setup, but you've obviously done, a decade's worth of model collecting and painting, so...
So we're hopeful that via the magic of editing and through our elaborate camera setup, you can see the forces arrayed on our battlefield. So for context, this will be a game of Warhammer 40K 9th edition, and featuring the forces of the Tau Empire and the Space Wolves, Legion Astartes. So we're playing a 1,350 point game, which is quite a small game of 40K. We'll kind of pick up rules and bits and pieces as we go. This is not a how to play 40K video. This is just the Doctor and I playing 40K for what will be the first time for him.
Second time if we count last night's practice round, which... I mean, I'm almost sad we didn't film that, because God, I was rolling like complete shit. It might have been almost quite funny to watch the Bard beat up a complete novice in this game. But hopefully today will go a little better, so...
Yeah, we're doing a custom scenario. We think it'll be more fun this way, but we're just looking to get our pretty models on the table, to roll dice and immerse you, the viewership, in what 40K is actually like. Now, we are already deployed and set up for a game, and the Doctor's going to talk through his list and kind of, hopefully, given that he's only seen these models yesterday, describe what everything is and his rationale for positioning them.
So there's going to be a lot of corrections here from the Bard. So to start with over here, we have got the broadside battlesuit with his little drones. So he's a primarily anti-vehicular thing, and he's there staring right down the barrel at a Contemptor Dreadnought over there. He is accompanied by a small group of fire warriors around. We've got an objective here at number 5, so they're over in these ruins.
But they are led by the hero.
Oh yeah,
the blue-helmeted Shazwi Stonemantle.
Yeah, not actually a named character, but what was the story behind Stonemantle?
So in one of my previous games, Stonemantle, despite being a fire warrior and like a flimsy Tau at best, held 4 Space Marines off in close combat, stubbornly refusing to die and winning me the game. Hence his moniker now of Stonemantle.
Let's see if he can live up to his previous honours. Moving over into these ruins is the bulk of my infantry force. So we've got 2 units of fire warriors, some that are up there, and then some more that are kind of down here in these ruins. They've got, you can just see here, a little ethereal poking his head through. Here he's got providing a nice little bit of support to them. My marker drone's there to light up some of these targets and take advantage of the absurd range of the Tau Fire Warrior. And then on the side here is my Cold Star battlesuit, who's got little wings he can fly around, missile pods, fusion blasters, everything.
Well, technically he has burst cannons.
Burst cannons. Oh, okay, right. I just put the word fusion in front of everything Tau, which is not correct.
In fairness, that's what most Tau weaponry is, fusion.
Yeah.
He has burst cannons.
Then over here we've got the kind of the sneaky pathfinders who are just in there doing their little thing. And then we have a extra sneaky over here next to this tank objective. We have the Ghost Keel battlesuit, flanked by his pair of stealth drones. He's there kind of drawing a little bead over there, keeping an eye on this rhino, seeing what it's up to. So yeah, that is the forces of the Tau Empire.
Well done. You also have in orbit.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. So in orbit we have a second Cold Star battlesuit. This one's not got wings, but he's got more stuff on his shoulders, I guess.
Fusion guns.
Fusion guns, there we go. And we also got a nice array of my kind of like heavy infantry in the form of the crisis suits. Right.
I'm really stoked for the Ghost Keel. Like, the Ghost Keel's an awesome model. Like, our viewership who's maybe watched our Dawn of War series, and if you haven't watched our Dawn of War series, you go with that a look. But the Ghost Keel's a really cool, like, battlesuit where it's a super advanced AI and like a Tau loner who's plugged into the suit. So we can hopefully show like images of this on the screen just now. But the Ghost Keel is awesome. It's one of the most powerful units in his army. Looking to melt vehicles, kick ass, and take names.
Exactly. Or I'll just roll like shit and it'll blow up on the first turn.
Indeed. Arrayed on my side are the loyal forces of the God Emperor. In this instance, the 6th Legion Astartes, Space Wolves. So we'll just go from left to right. I've got a squad of Space Marines over here. These are my Grey Hunters, a unit unique to the Space Wolves chapter. We've got one guy, their sergeant, has a combi melta, which he'll probably never get to fire because he never gets to fire the damn thing because he gets shot before he gets anywhere. One of my favourite units in the army up next, this is my Contemptor Pattern Dreadnought. So a Dreadnought from the Dark Age of the Horus Heresy itself. He's got a Kerry's Pattern Assault Cannon, which proved brutally effective at mulching the Doctor's infantry when we did our practice game last night. Over in the ruins, we can probably just get this in a static shot. I've got a unit of long fangs, so like basically long-ranged heavy infantry. They have las cannons, some of the most powerful man-portable weaponry in the galaxy, and a squad of space marines on the ground. They don't have anything special or cool other than the las cannons, although the long fangs themselves are led by a Terminator to stand up front and basically tank damage and get shot before the very valuable models with the las cannons take a bullet to the chest. Along with them is Bjorn the Fell-Handed, the oldest dreadnought currently still operating in the Imperium. Old man Bjorn, who goes to sleep for thousands of years at a time. We've woken him up for this battle. He's super good. Hopefully he eventually gets into combat, although I am doubtful. Finally, in the very far flank, we've got a Rhino. That Space Marine is not riding on top of it. This is just to denote that there are Space Marines inside this armoured transport. Although, maybe he is riding on top of it. So in there we've got some Space Wolves again. Grey Hunters, their pack leader has a Thunder Hammer because we couldn't bring Space Wolves without bringing at least one Thunder Hammer in the army. Yeah, they'll disengage from that Rhino whenever we get there. I also have some units in Deep Strike Reserve. I've got a unit of Terminators who are in high orbit ready to beam down onto the table, probably in my turn 2, and my Warlord, Havarl Redblade, a Space Wolves captain. He's also in orbit, or Space Wolves Wolf Lord, I have to say. That's the forces of the Imperium ready to crush these foul Genos beneath their iron boots.
You know nothing of the greater good.
No, I don't. Neither do you.
Shut up.
Okay, so that's our forces deployed. We're going to be.
How dare you disparage the good name of Ornell Doctor like that?
you named your ethereal already.
Maybe.
I like that. Okay, the forces of Ornell Doctor. Why the hell not? Why the hell not, indeed? Now the Doctor has rolled. We rolled this off camera, but he has decided that he wants to go first. He won the roll off. It generally makes sense in 40k to be the first player because you can shoot the nasty stuff before it shoots you back.
Yep.
So
do I draw? So right. Command phase.
In the command phase, the Doctor generates 1 command point. So he begins the game with 12. He'll now jump up to 13 command points. Brilliant. Command points for the uninitiated in 40k. They're a mechanic that let you unlock special additional abilities. There's a finite pool of them. You can use them to reroll dice and gain extra range in your guns and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
The Doctor also generates 3 tactical objective cards. So we're using these just for fun. They're not from the current edition of the game, but they're good for our purposes.
I'm going to actually show these off in the dice pit because I realise we can use it for that.
So we'll use our special dice pit camera.
Oh god, that's a lot of text on priority orders received. When a tactical objective is generated, oh, Jesus Christ, I need some rules lawyering over here.
We'll come back to it. Draw the other 2.
Then we've got Blood and Guts. If an enemy unit is destroyed during the fight phase, that's not going to happen with Tau.
Nope.
And Scour the Skies. Sure one if an enemy unit that can fly, which nope.
So you could discard Scour the Skies because nothing in my army flies.
Yep.
And you can draw another one instead.
Secure Objective 4. Ooh, I think I have Objective. Oh, I have Objective 4 close to hand. Excellent.
That's one at least you're pretty much guaranteed to get.
Yes. What the fuck is priority orders received?
So priority orders received. Let's just read it.
It's a lot of text.
The mission is of the utmost importance and cannot be entrusted to anyone else. When this tactical objective is generated, immediately generate a bonus tactical objective.
Oh god.
So draw another one.
That will be Area Denial. Score 1 victory point if there are no enemy models within 6 inches of the centre at the end of your turn. That's a good one to go on the first one.
So this tags on basically. Your Warlord is the only unit that can be used to achieve this bonus tactical objective. Okay.
Well, I don't need to use a unit to achieve that,
Yeah.
do I? My Warlord's the Cold Star, isn't it?
Your Warlord
Or is it
is
the Ethereal?
Your Warlord is the suit who's in orbit.
Ah, not ideal. At least I don't need to use him to. I mean, I think as long as I don't think you can get within 6 inches of the centre in my turn on the first turn.
No.
I think I've almost guaranteed that, which is nice.
Ah, so you score both the number of victory points stated on the bonus tactical objective and an additional 3 victory points. So you're pretty much guaranteed 4 points for getting this because I cannot possibly get.
I'm glad you used up all your good luck last night in the practice. That makes me happy.
Outstanding. So the Doctor has to achieve these 3 objectives this turn. He's got to deny me any models in the centre of the battlefield, which should be very doable.
Blood and Guts is destroy stuff in the fight phase, like in melee combat, which is never going to happen.
And he needs to get his men onto his fire warriors into objective 4, which he almost already holds.
Yep.
Splendid.
So
That's a pretty solid command phase.
that is. Is it movement first then?
It is indeed.
So with movement complete, I've slid some of these fire warriors up here to be still in cover, but a little bit further forward. Everyone here's mostly stayed as they are. I've moved the marker drones up to secure objective 4, which is one of my little things. The Pathfinders over here are now in cover a bit more, but still got a decent shot this way. Cold Star's flown up, ready to do some nastiness over here, and he's now supported as well by the Ghost Keel, and they've both got the marker drones ready to roll.
And I entered the favourite Tau phase, the only phase that matters to Tau, the guns phase.
Yes.
Welcome to Fusion Town, population me.
So, we're going to open up with marker lights.
Prudent. So the marker lights basically make the rest of his army more accurate. So
what's the range on the marker lights?
36 inches on the marker light.
Excellent. Yep, that's fine. Don't you need to put that in position. So the marker lights are going to target these guys up in the ruins with the las guns.
Well, that's just uncalled for.
That's absolutely not uncalled for.
Why are you singling out the most powerful unit in my army? Why would you do that? Where did you learn this tactical acumen? It certainly wasn't for me.
So that's 5 of them, so that's 5 shots. What am I rolling for?
So the marker lights, drones aren't super accurate, they'll hit on 5s.
That is no hit.
Oh dear.
Okay, right, well, guess these guys are firing blind. Well, not blind, but not as accurate as I might like.
Your Pathfinders over in the corner may still be able to get their marker lights into the long fangs, if you are persisting with that tactic.
Right. Or I'm just wrecking up the shop with that.
It looks as though they may just be out of range, even with their mighty 36 inches of range.
Cool, that's fine. Right, these guys up here, I will have them make the first shots over there. So they are within the range of the ethereal.
Yep.
And so I'm going to use the ethereal thing, which is... Can't remember what it's called, but that's so I can reroll 1s on these shots.
Yep, it makes them.
Want that.
He makes them shoot better.
Yep. So that is 10, or are they in like special? They're not in special range or anything, are they?
So
1, 2, 3, 4.
because his fire warriors have rapid fire weapons viewership, they would shoot twice effectively if they're within half range. They are not, but their mighty range of 36 inches does mean they can start to blast my long fangs out of that emplacement.
So what am I hitting on?
They hit on 4s, and you can reroll 1s. 10 shots.
Okay, there's a couple of 1s to reroll. And so the hit on 4s, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, which is pretty good.
That's not bad. So they are strength
Then we
5.
roll to wound.
Yep, they're strength 5. My toughness is only 4 on the Space Marines, so 3s to wound.
That is 2 wounds. Not amazing.
Not amazing.
I assume I can't reroll these ones.
Regrettably, no. You reroll to hit, not to wound.
Yep.
So he's
3
cost
wounds.
2 wounds on my dudes. They are in cover, so they get +1 to their armor save. But his guns are -1 armor penetration, so I get 3+ save. There we go. Oh!
That's some bullshit.
Look at my special Space Wolf dice viewership with their little wolf heads, but they pass unanimously. The shots ping harmlessly off my armor. Ting ting!
Irritating. Next up, I think we'll have this other group of fire warriors, which is also a full 10.
Cool, let fly. I think there's
10 again. So.
Oh, there are 10 of those too.
Yeah, there's 2 squads of 10 and a squad of 6.
They're also within range of the ethereal, so they hit on 4s and they reroll 1s.
Oh my god!
Is that really good or really bad?
That was really good. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
One of the great bits of joy in playing 40k is just chucking a lot of dice around. They will also wound on 3s because they have the same guns as the other guys.
Oh, that's much better than that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds.
Damn. Okay.
Now we're talking.
Okay. I'm going to do these 2 at a time until you kill off. So I've got 6 guys in the squad, one of whom is my Terminator, he's too lofty to tank these hits. One of whom is a regular Space Marine, and then there's the 4 guys with las cannons. So we're going to take these hits on the regular Space Marine until he dies, and then we're going to start taking the hits on the Terminator. So he gets a 3-up save. He fails 1. There's 4 more to go through. So we've got these. He's wounded now. Oh, last one. He takes 1 wound. He's fine.
That's not ideal, but...
It's not ideal, but neither is it completely terrible.
Now, for an opening shot.
So, Space Marines have 2 wounds viewership, so he's got to do 2 damage to each Space Marine in order to kill them. So he's done 1 wound on this Space Marine. He's taken a bit of a hit, but he's still kicking for now.
Yeah. I'm going to get fucking wrecked by those las guns next turn if I'm not careful.
Yeah, my las cannons.
So, what's the range on the Cold Star?
He's got 18 inches with his many Gatling guns. You can draw range to the squad in the building.
What, the laser guys?
Regrettably, you can't get to my las cannons.
That's what I was thinking. But these guys, oh yeah, they're in the danger zone. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
So his Cold Stars, it's pretty good viewership. Now, Dotto, before you fire at them, you do have Pathfinders who can put a marker light into them.
Good point. Yes, I'll do that first. So because they'll be in range easily from that. They have got. Oh well, I might need you to adjudicate on some line of sight here.
Certainly 3 at the top can see over the heads of your
Yeah.
battlesuits. So the model viewership has to be able to see its target, otherwise it can't shoot.
The ones in the ruins, I don't. I mean, all I can see looking from them is Ghost Keel crotch.
I'm fairly confident that the guy at the window can see. So I think you've got 4 who are in range, or who have a line of sight.
Cool. Yep, let's do that then for some marker lights. So these hit on 5s, is it?
Yes.
That's none. So that's.
Oh.
There we go.
Not had much luck with the marker lights.
No, really haven't. So let's just fire. So how many? Talk me through Cold Fusion. Cold Star.
So your Cold Star has a high output burst cannon and a regular burst cannon for a total of 12 shots that you can output.
Do I roll all of that simultaneously?
Oh yes.
Ooh, that's enjoyable.
And because Tower Commanders are really, really good at shooting, he hits on 2s.
Oh,
So it's very difficult for him to miss, but I'm sure you'll manage.
oh. Right, go, gadget, Cold Star. Fucking bollocks. Right, what I hit on 2s?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's actually almost all hits. So that's 11 hits.
Wonderful. Now, he wins on 3s, because he's strength 5, my Space Marine's only toughness 4.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds against that squadron.
That's actually really good.
That is actually really good.
Now, my Space Marines are in cover, so they get +1 to their save, because they're hiding out in the front of that building. However, you are -1 because I gave him an advanced targeting system for you. So basically, it cancels out the effects of my cover, giving my Marines a 3+ save, and there are 9 of them, he said.
Yep.
These are all 3 pluses. Oh no!
Oh, that's thick.
I failed 4 of them, so hopefully we're visible on the cam here. These are not equal to 3 or more, so I fail 4 armor saves. That means 4 wounds go through us, enough to kill 2 Marines.
Wonderful.
2 storied warriors of the Imperium cut down by this bullshit, this nonsense. I can choose which of them die, so I'll pull off these 2 guys from the back. I am sans 2 Space Marines, which is very, very bad. Pretty good news for the Doctor, though. That's a decent showing.
Yeah, and that's before the Ghost Keel's even fired up.
Yeah, the Ghost Kill concerns me a little bit.
He's going to focus on the Rhino for now.
Okay.
As our little missile boys.
Nope.
Those are missile drones, aren't they?
Yes.
Drones, yep.
Oh, sorry, no, those are his stealth drones.
Oh, okay, so that's fine then.
They don't have any guns.
So what am I rolling with the Ghost Keel? Remind me.
So the Ghost Kill has 2 shots from his fusion blasters up top.
Yep.
And he generates an additional D3 shots from his fusion collider, which is probably the best name for a gun ever.
So that's a 2 on the D3, so he is then rolling 4 in total.
He hits on 4s.
That is 2 hits.
2 hits against the Rhino. He wins on 3s. The Rhino's got a toughness of 7, but the Ghost Kill's fusion weapons have strength 8, which is wild.
That is 1 wound.
Now, I will remind you, you haven't yet used a command reroll this phase.
Can you reroll any dice?
You can reroll any dice.
And I'll roll this other wound dice. Great. So that's 1 wound from the Ghost Keel.
So the Doctor uses a command point, so his total command points dropped down to 12. And I get to say, actually I don't get a save, so his fusion weaponry is so strong, it completely cuts through my armor.
Yeah, it's good.
The Ghost Kill just rolls D6 damage and it'll inflict that number of wounds on the poor Rhino. My poor APC carrier, or my poor troop carrier.
That would be 2.
Okay, so the Rhino has 10 wounds total. It'll drop down to 8 now, and I'll find the dice to mark that.
Brilliant. And now it is the turn of... Well, I'll start with these. These aren't Pathfinders, are they? They're just a smaller group of fire warriors.
These are a smaller group of fire warriors who have pulse carbines instead of pulse rifles. And just a couple of days ago, actually, Games Workshop released updated rules for pulse carbines and pulse rifles that made them a lot better. So we're playing with those rules.
Excellent. Are they still on 36?
They only fire 24, but they get 2 shots apiece. They're all in range,
yeah.
but there's 2 that are behind a wall and can't see. So Stone Mantle, the heroic Shazwi, can't see this turn. He's directing his squad mates this turn.
Yeah, he's there for his tactical prowess rather than his.
I mean, my space wolves want to like pull his body apart and like jump on his remains, but like I'm rooting for Stone Mantle and his boys. So these guys hit on 4s, Doctor.
That is a hit.
Oh dear. They wound on 3s against my Space Marines.
That's a 4. That's a wound.
Wonderful. I get a 3+ save against this for my power armor, because power armor rocks. No, it doesn't. Well, that one I deserved.
So now we move on to the final one, which is the broadside. So the broadside do his missile pods. Are they missile pods? They are missile pods, aren't they? Missile drones.
Yeah, he's got little missile drones next to him. Regrettably, they've only got a range of 24 inches.
So they can't hit.
They're not in range this turn. But he's got his rail rifle, or his heavy rail rifle,
which
is
cool
a range
as
of
fuck.
72 inches.
That's obscene.
He can shoot things in my neighbour's house.
But unfortunately for your neighbour, there is not a Contemptor Baton Dreadnought in his house. So
No. I take it his intended target is the Contemptor.
absolutely is, yes. So how many hits do I get on that with the rail rifle? How many shots?
He gets 2 shots with his rail rifle,
Cool.
and he hits on 4s.
Piss.
Oh, not a single hit, Doctor?
That's a 1 and a 3, and I've already used my command reroll this phase, so that's annoying. There we go.
It could happen. Well, not terrible shooting phase of the Doctor.
No.
So you picked off a couple Marines, you softened up my Rhino.
Yep.
You've softened up a few Marine squads who regrettably just have to keep walking at you into the face of your guns. So in the morale phase, any unit. So we're now moved on from shooting to charge phase. Shockingly, the Doctor is probably not going to charge me.
Nope, not the best move with Tau.
Yeah, you don't want to charge the fishmen into the angry space Vikings. So for the viewership who maybe aren't familiar with the rhetoric and the kind of general tactics of 40k, melee combat is very brutal and very dangerous, and the Doctor's army is uniformly terrible at it. So at all costs, he wants to keep me within range of his guns, but far enough away that I can't charge him. So, and the charge phase, you do nothing. In the fight phase, we do nothing because nothing's in melee combat. And then finally, in the morale phase, any unit that suffered casualties has to take a morale test.
Yep.
So
Which you're very hard for you to fail.
Yes, Space Marines are quite brave because they shall know no fear. So I'm going to roll. Okay, so I add my number of casualties to my result of the dice roll, which in this case is a 4.
2 casualties, was that?
Yeah, for a total of 6. As long as it doesn't exceed their bravery or the leadership characteristic of 8, they're fine. So they're fine this turn. And at the end of your turn, Doctor, you score quite a few points.
I scored an
Actually,
absurd amount of points. So first off, we'll start with area denial. 1 victory point if there's no enemy models within 6 inches of the centre, which is, let's say, somewhere around here. Cool. If there are no enemy models within 12 inches of the centre,
ooh, let's work out exactly where the centre is. Then you get how many?
then I get a D3 instead of victory points.
Wonderful.
And then this is all multiplied, I think, by this. I get an additional 3 for tactical objective.
So by my reckoning,
Technically, it's like the Warlord had to do this, but
my reckoning, the centre of the battlefield is here.
cool. If there's any of yours within 12, those guys up on the ruins are the only ones I'd be concerned about.
I don't think I have any. Oh no, I've got one. My Terminator just.
Yep. Cool.
You get a point for this.
So I get a point, and then I get an extra 3 points because those were priority orders done by my Warlord. Sure, why not? My Warlord, who's in orbit, but he orchestrated this whole thing for the greater good. So we'll lock those in. Blood and guts, absolutely not. But objective 4, absolutely have done here. So that is a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points.
That's a pretty good showing for a first turn. It's a very good
is.
showing. But
Yes.
I take it at the end of your turn you want to discard
Blood and guts. Yes, no, that's not ideal for the Tau Empire.
You don't want to fight me, do you?
Fight me, you little bitch.
Exactly. That's what all my space heroes are shouting as they swagger forward without helmets on.
Yep.
At the end of the Doctor's first turn, he's on an impressive 4 victory points as we move to I, the Bard.
So we're only doing one round each, and then we call it there, just whoever's got the most points, right?
Yeah, sure. We're now into I, the Bard's first command phase, the glorious command phase of the Imperium, much better than that filthy alien command phase that you just witnessed. So at the start of my phase...
Cool, hour in and we're already deep into space racism. You've on brand for the Imperium, at least.
I'm role-playing. Can I have the objective cards over and I'll
You
draw?
Absolutely can.
So at the start of my command phase...
Draw them into the pit as well.
Yeah, into the dice pit.
Oh yeah, we'll use our cool camera setup. Might as well take advantage of it. Now in my command phase I generate 1 command point, bringing me up to 12. I'll soon start spending them. And my objectives are Secure Objective 5, Mission Critical Objective, and Secure Objective 6. So for Mission Critical Objective I roll a dice, and I need to try and capture that objective if possible. So Objective 2.
So 2 is next to the Cold Star and the Ghost Keel.
Oh.
5 is next to the broadside.
Wonderful. And Objective 6, where's that?
6 I think is on your end. 6 is...
This one looks like a little turret.
Oh, that's there next to the tank.
Okay, so the only one that I'm likely to be able to get is Objective 6 this time.
Yeah, realistically.
I've not done anything too inspiring in my movement phase viewership, so I've moved my Rhino up on this flank to hold this objective. Bjorn the Fell-Handed and what remains of that squad of Marines have moved up into the open. My last cannons didn't move, and my Contemptor Dreadnought has gone stomping across the field on this side, closely followed by my little squad of Marines who eventually will want to charge those Fire Warriors. But they ran this turn, so therefore won't get to shoot. We're now into my shooting phase viewership, the glorious shooting phase of the Imperium of Man.
Are you going to say that at the beginning of every phase?
Yes! Every shooting phase is glorious in the eyes of the Emperor, Doctor. Now we're going to start with my Contemptor Dreadnought. He's got like a whole bunch of assault cannon rounds, the Carey's pattern assault cannon, a weapon from the Dark Age of technology itself. And he's going to fire it into the squad of Fire Warriors that are cowering like cowards.
How dare you speak that way about Chasui Stone Mantle?
I really don't want to kill him, but the Dreadnought certainly does. So he gets 6 shots from his Carey's pattern assault cannon. He will hit them on 3s. He's hit 4 times, which is not ideal. Because his Carey's pattern assault cannon is strength 7, the Fire Warrior is only toughness 3, he wounds them on 2s. And he's got 3 wounds that have gone through.
Cool. What's my save on this then?
So the assault cannon is -1, but you're in cover for +1, so you got a 4+ save.
And that's 2. These guys don't take any wounds, they just plop off.
They do. They do just plop off. Fire Warriors,
That's a technical term.
Fire Warriors, for being squishy, only have 1 wound apiece.
Okay, well, let's go.
Daka, daka, daka. Who do I want to shoot with my las cannons? I think my las cannons are going to want to shoot later, so we'll come back to them. My squad of Marines here, next to my Dreadnought, they've got 4 shots for the 4 of them, so they're not in rapid fire range this turn, which is regrettable. They're going to try and pick off the Doctor's stealth drone. So because the stealth drone has got stealth fields, they're -1 to hit. I'm going to use a command point, I think, here actually, on a special stratagem called Acute Senses. So using their preternatural senses, I can ignore minuses to hit. So I'll drop back down to 11 command points to activate this. That means I can ignore the minuses from the Doctor's stealth. And they can reroll 1s to hit, because Bjorn is there, he inspires them. Because he says, shoot better, aim at that guy. He adjusts the guns.
That's what another one. He's like, because he's like 10,000 years old. Like, you young kids are doing it wrong. Apparently, Bjorn the Fell-Handed is from New Jersey.
He's an old man Bjorn from New Jersey. So I rolled 1-1, which I can reroll because of Bjorn. There we go. I've got 4 hits.
That's some bullshit.
I win these drones on 4s.
Hey, that's better.
Only 1. The Doctors get 1 4-up save on this drone. Ha!
Balls.
They kill 1 drone. All that bolter fire was for a drone. Splendid. My Rhino is going to put its Storm Bolter into the remaining drone, so it also gets 4 shots, hitting on 3s. There we go. And it also wins on 8. Unfortunately, it's on 4s actually. I'll need to re-roll that because it is not subject to the Acute Senses stratagem. So it hits on 4s. Ha!
That was better than the initial one. Irritating, but there we go.
It wins on 4s. 1 wound, Doctor, so you've got a 4+ save to make up with this drone.
Balls.
Ha! No more drone for you.
Okay.
Now what I think wants to happen is I want my las cannons to shoot your Cold Star, because it is the closest target, so usually you can't target characters unless they're closest. This is a rare opportunity where he is the closest.
Yeah, I was hoping those drones would hang about for longer than they did.
Yeah, so I cleverly picked them off first.
Yes, I noticed. I was just hoping it wouldn't actually work, but there we go.
So I have 4 las cannons who hit on 3s. Oh, 2 misses!
Excellent.
Garbage is what this is.
This is the fucking worst shit the Imperium's been able to dredge up.
It's because like they can't even look at him straight. They're so disgusted by his foul alien presence. They wound him on 3s. Only 1 wound.
Excellent.
This will basically cut clean through his armor, but he does have a shield generator for a 4+ invulnerable save. What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Would you like to use a command reroll?
Yeah, I like that called.
This is probably the...
That's a 5, that's much better.
There we go. His shield generator flares up at the last minute. The last cannon shot is completely deflected, and the Doctor loses a command point for using that reroll.
Rather lose a command point than take a hit for him.
Yeah, I'm not convinced if I have much other shooting. So my army's not great at shooting, other than those las cannons.
Yeah.
I'm just going to double check if I've got anything else that I could conceivably have in range. Oh, there's a Terminator with a Storm Bolter who may as well put his shots from his Storm Bolter into the Cold Star. So
That's I'm less worried about.
Yeah, they're not great. He hits on 3s. He's not close enough to Bjorn to reroll 1s. He wins on 5s because the Cold Star is toughness 5. 1 wound. The Cold Star's got a 3-up save against this. Ha!
Bollocks.
The Co-Star takes 1 damage. Thankfully, he has 6 wounds total, so he's got 5 remaining.
Cool.
Fire a las cannon at it, it does nothing. Fire a bolter at it, and that'll get the job done.
Because, as we all know, the Holy Bolter is the workhorse of the Imperial armies.
It is. I don't think I've got any other shooting. What I could technically do is try and charge the Rhino into the Cold Star or the Ghost Scale. However, I'm worried that he'd blow it up on Overwatch. So it's going to stay just where it is for now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not actually fired Bjorn. That's...
No, yeah.
So we'll fire Bjorn first, and then I think that'll probably be the end of my turn. What we're going to do, viewership, we're going to take Bjorn the Fell-Handed, and he's got 6 shots from his assault cannon, and he's going to fire this direction into those marker drones, which is really, I think, where I should have put more shots earlier on. You get 6 shots, he hits on 2s. Brilliant. That's all 6 hit. He wins on 3s.
Great.
3 wounds, which is fine. 4+ save for the Doctor's drones.
Hey.
Ah, we kill 1 drone after all that. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. So I think my shooting phase is over. I don't want to charge. There's no fighting this turn because nothing's in close combat. So that would bring me to the morale phase. Your group of fire warriors over in this corner took some casualties. So they need to take a morale test.
Yes, so they lost 2.
Yep. So you roll a dice and add the number of casualties they took.
So that's 4 total, so that's fine.
They're absolutely fine. Stone Mantle, just keeping it together.
The tower with the iron will. And then the drones have to do a morale check. No, surely that feels silly, but
They regrettably actually do have to do a morale check.
Go.
I need to look this up what their morale is. Roll dice and see if it matters. Took 1 casualty.
it does not matter because I rolled a 2. So
Okay.
I assume whatever their leadership is better than that.
The drones don't malfunction and fly away.
Error.
1010. Super. So at the end of my turn, I score. What do I score? Barely anything. So I score.
You got objective 6?
I do see objective 6. I can try and get objective 2 at some stage. I think I will be able to get that next turn, so I'm going to keep that. And secure objective 5. I'm a long way away from being able to get that, so I'm going to discard it, I think.
Yep.
And yeah, so I only score 1 point at the end of my turn. That's not really what I want.
No, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's the Doctor beating me 5 points to 1.
4 points to 1.
4 points to 1. As we end turn 1 and move into our second turns.
Wonderful. Doctor's command phase. We gain a command point.
We do, in turn 2. So the Doctor leading by a substantial 3 points at the moment.
That was because of I took out some of your stuff, but that was mostly due to bloody lucky objectives, really.
It was, but hey, we've got the deck over here. The Doctor will draw his objectives for this turn on camera, so he's got 3 to draw.
So, behind enemy lines. Needs to be within the enemy's deployment zone.
Possible.
Possible, especially since shit's going to be dropping in from the Manta in orbit this turn.
Very possible.
Kingslayer. Absolutely not. Destroy your warlord. Which one is your warlord?
My warlord is Havarl Redblade.
Is he even here yet?
He's at his strike cruiser. He's
Yeah,
not teleported
that-
down yet. He'll show up when it gets interesting.
Yeah, so he's not going to be taken out this turn, I don't think.
Yeah.
Seems unlikely.
Ain't no party till Havarl's here.
And Supremacy, which is control 3 objective markers at the end of my turn.
Some of these are achievable.
Behind enemy lines is achievable, Supremacy is achievable.
So you already control 3, you've just got to maintain your control of them.
So, at the end of my movement phase, we've moved up some of these pathfinders a little bit and the broadside, but we're still here mostly holding objective 5, because I want to hold 3 objective markers at the end of the turn. Here, nothing's actually changed in these central ruins. I'm really happy with where those towers, so they can stay there. Here we've shuffled around a little bit. The Cold Star has moved behind the enemy lines to get a bit of a flanking thing and push towards that objective a bit. Whilst not Wraith Lord, what the fuck is he called?
Ghostkeel,
Ghostkeel.
you're doing very well.
I knew it had
though.
a spooky name in it somewhere, but I was like, say Wraith Lord, but that's a fucking
Wraiths,
Eldar
ghosts,
thing.
spirits.
Yeah.
It's tough to keep track. You're doing very well.
So the Ghostkeel's just moved up a little bit there. He might be in a bit of a pickle with the Rhino, but we'll see. And then, over in the far corner, the squad of crisis suits have dropped in from high orbit, accompanied by Commander what the fuck?
Commander Brave Storm.
Commander Brave Sword.
Brave Storm.
Brave Storm, of course, yeah, they're all wet, all the tower names as ever. So here we are, we're nicely positioned. As things currently stand, we've got people behind enemy lines, we've got Supremacy with the control points, because we are holding control point 2 down here on the wide, control point 4, and control point 5.
I don't like how this is coming together for you. Like, this was not the state of play last night, but yeah, it's fine.
Well, you should have hit record last night. Right,
Shooting phase.
Shooting phase indeed.
Who's firing first, Doctor? I'm deeply concerned by the squad of crisis suits with a lot of good guns behind my lines, but we'll deal with them.
I think I know what I'm doing. So,
Who's firing first, good Doctor?
firing up first is going to be the marker light drone.
Cool. Who are they targeting?
I'm going to split it.
Oh!
No, yeah, so 2 of them are going to light up the Contemptor Dreadnought.
Okay.
2 of them are going to light up the Space Wolves, the Grey Knights or whatever they were called. Grey Wardens. No,
Grey Hunters.
Yeah, Grey Knights is a 40k thing. Grey Wardens is fucking Dragon Age.
Okay. Do the 2 on the Contemptor then. They hit on 5s.
No, they don't.
Womp, womp, womp.
And let's do the 2 on the Grey Wolves. That's a no as well.
Oh. Have they hit anything yet, the marker lights?
I don't believe so.
You've got your Pathfinders with marker lights. They can't really affect anything in this flank because they're too
No,
far
they're going
away.
to deal over there, and I'll do. Oh, that's a whole different front of engagement. I'm going to do everything on this half of the board first, I think.
Cool.
So we'll open up with, I think, first the drones from the broadside.
Cool. I think it targets the Contempt.
Absolutely. So that's.
You get 2 drones, each with 2 shots, so 4 missiles they can fire off. They hit on 5s.
That's 2 6s and 2 2s. That's 2 hits.
Cool.
Then
Their strength 7 against my Contemptor Dreadnought's mighty toughness of 7, so they wound on 4s.
that's a wound. I'm going to re-roll command point. No, I'm not. That's 1 wound.
It's probably too early. Like,
Yeah.
I think you've got more powerful weapons you want to save it on.
Exactly. I was kind of thinking, not these little dudes.
So I've got 2 4-up saves, because the drones are armor penetration -1, and the Contemptor's a 3-up save, reduced by 1 to 4-up save. He's failed 1, so he does D3 damage, Doctor, my Contemptor, which I'm less than happy about.
That's 2.
It does 2. He's got 9 wounds, he'll drop down to 7. I take it the broadside also wants to shoot him.
Absolutely does. So with the massive fuck-off rail rifle.
Yes, that's its technical name. When the engineers of the Earthcast made the rail rifle, it was their dream that it be massive and fuck off.
Right, so rail rifle is 12 shots or something absurd, isn't it? Or...
just 2 in the rail rifle.
Okay. What did 12 shots then?
The burst cannons from your cold stuff.
That was it, yeah. No.
It's truly proof that the Emperor protects.
Yeah, he does. I've done some damage to that dreadnought, so I'm happy enough. Missile pods next, also on the broadside, I believe. We forgot about these last turn, but he has missile pods on his shoulders.
He does, he's a smart missile system.
Yes.
So this
What
is
the fuck does that do?
He's got 8 shots from his smart missile systems. They ignore cover, and he doesn't need line of sight to fire them. A range of 30 inches, and they're principally an anti-infantry weapon. Although you could try your luck against the...
No, I'm actually going to blast it into those space wolves there.
8 shots hitting on 4s.
That's pretty good. That is 6 hits.
You just can't bring the rail rifle to bear.
No, but he doesn't need to when his shoulders are full of...
Missiles.
Yeah,
He
basically.
has missiles for shoulders.
So this wounds on 3s. That's less good. That's 4 wounds. That's actually alright. 4 wounds.
I get 4 3+ saves. Come on, power armor, save me. Ugh.
That's 2 wounds.
2 wounds go through. So there's one of them who's already wounded, so he succumbs. I need to allocate the wounds to the already wounded Space Marine, so he dies. And the wound goes on the guy, say this guy here. But you're steadily racking up a body count. You're softening up my units.
The body count is not even what I'm going for here. Basically, this is all just objective-driven stuff.
Who's firing next, Doctor?
We're still going to be in that area. It's going to be the Fire Warriors. That they are just going to into the Marines.
Cool. I reckon 3 of them that can see. I don't think Stone Mantle, even though he is a hero and he's holding that objective for you.
No, he's there entirely for morale reasons.
Cool. So they get 2 shots apiece for 6 shots total. Hit me on 4s.
That is 4 hits.
Okay.
And what am I wounded on? Doesn't matter. I got 1.
Oh, okay.
I got a 1, a 2, and a 1, 2 2s, and a 6. That must only be 1 wound going through.
It is.
If this goes through, I can take out another Marine on these guys, so I'll be happy with that.
3-up save, but it's going to be the wolf head.
It's not, but it still saves.
Ting! Power armor.
Indeed.
Who's opening up next, Doctor?
So,
Bless me.
perfect timing. So, opening up with the fire...
Sorry, I'm allergic to alien bullshit.
Anyway, space racism aside, I'm going to open up with the Fire Warriors who are in the ruins.
Yep.
They are going to fire exclusively at your las cannon dudes.
They have 10 shots.
And they can reroll ones because of the ethereals, whatever the heck. You'll have, right, what are the ethereals' other stratagem shit he can do?
So
Because I've only ever used the reroll once, and I think it's the only good one.
it's probably the best one. So the ethereal leader of the tower race, he, by his very presence, inspires the warriors around him to fight better. So there's 3 things he can do. He can buff them in like 3 distinct ways.
Yep.
He can use Calm the Tides to subtract 1 from any morale test that you take. He can use Storm of Fire to reroll hit rolls for any units that remain stationary. He can use Sense of Stone to basically give them the ability to potentially shrug off wounds that would otherwise kill them. And he's got Zephyr's Grace, that means they can run quicker.
Okay, so the shrug off wounds and the reroll ones are probably the only thing of use in this situation.
Yeah, but they haven't been fired at yet. I think the Storm of Fire is probably what you want.
Yes, I just kind of wanted to make sure I knew what my options are.
So you got 10 shots.
Yep.
Into my last cannons and accompanying Terminator and Squad Leader. So they hit on 4s, rerolling 1s because your ethereals standing there next to them, inspiring
Excellent,
them.
because that's 3 ones to reroll, and otherwise that's a whole heap of shit. Come the fuck! Right, okay, so that is... Oh, I'm hitting on 4s? Or 3s?
They hit on 4s, but they can reroll 1s.
Okay, yep, I've done my various rerolls and stuff. So, that is 4 hits.
So they wound on 3s, dear Doctor.
Cool, that would be 4 of them are hits. And that's 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So I get 3 up saves against this. I've got to do them one at a time because I got 1 regular space marine pulled into the Terminator. He passes and he fails. Hey!
Hey, so that's the dude next to the Terminator that's gone now.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Now, our Terminator's there to tank wounds, and he's a lot better. Cool. You've got 10 more shots from the adjacent squad if you'd like to.
I absolutely would like to, yes.
So they also hit on 4s, and the ethereals there are brainwashing them because the Imperium would never.
Don't you mean teaching him the glory of the greater good and the power of Tova? Oh no, maybe he's not doing the best work.
It's the brainwashing. The Imperium would never resort to such tactics.
Yeah. So that is actually that's still pretty good. If I'm hitting on 4s, aren't I?
You are rerolling the 1s.
6 hits, having rerolled 1s.
Not bad. And then wounding me on 3s because you are strength 5 with your pulse rifles.
That is 1, 2, 3, 3 wounds.
Splendid. Now we're on to my Terminator. So the Terminator has got heavier armor. He has a 2+ save.
Yep.
You are -1 to your guns, but he's +1 for being in cover, so he still has a 2+ save.
Go.
My Terminator is absolutely fine, so
Of course
he's
he is.
passed all 3 of his saves. Ting, ting, ting. Take more than that to kill him.
Wow. Don't tempt me, Frodo.
You've still got your Marklois over here. You've got your Ghost Keel.
This is all a separate thing. I'm going to look at the crisis suits now, so over there.
Cool.
So, I think I'm going to fire with the commander first. The Cold Star. What the fuck was he called?
That's
Shadow Blade. No.
Brave Storm.
Brave Sword. Brave Storm! Fuck. Right, what's his deal?
You know he's going to miss now because you misnamed him.
I know.
There's no way he's going to be inspired to hit anything. So he has 3 shots from his fusion blasters.
Cool, let's open up the... And then he's got missiles on his shoulders, I'm guessing.
No, just his fusion.
Okay. So he's better at anti-vehicle, isn't he?
He is.
So he's absolutely going to unload all 4 of those shots into the Contemptor.
Something you might want to consider doing. So because you've already wounded the Contemptor this turn, you can use the focused fire stratagem for 3 command points, and this gives you +1 to wound anything else that tries to hurt the Contemptor. Just a thought.
I've got enough CP. That's probably worthwhile, so that'll bring me down to 9.
It's a costly 3 command points, but
I can take it at this stage. Because getting that Dreadnought off the field would be bloody good, so...
So the basis for this is they coordinate their fields of fire, create greater openings, open up vulnerabilities. But anyway, your commander hits on 2s because he's really good at shooting.
That's 3 hits.
Yep. Now, he would usually wound on 3s because he's strength 8 against the Dreadnought's toughness of 7, but he gets +1 to wound, so now he wins on 2s.
That is 3 wounds.
Oh, I didn't even need it. Okay.
So what's the...
I have my atomantic shielding. So technology from the dark age of technology gave me a 5+ invulnerable save against this onslaught. Ugh!
Ooh, that's 2 wounds go through.
I think I'm going to use a command point to re-roll one of these. So I'll drop in a second. Oh!
Shit!
Yes! Wolf's head. Aroo!
Richard Nixon's Space Force. So one of those wounds still went through.
Yeah, so it does D6 damage.
How much is he on?
He's got 7, so this can't destroy him.
Can I re-roll this with a command re-roll?
If you'd like to.
I'll punch myself straight in the microphone. Sorry, future doctor. That's going to be really loud. That's 3.
3. So he drops to...
But now he's been wounded, so... Does that mean we get some special shit against him? Was that the thing I spent command points for?
Yeah, but acts on everything in the army. Yep. So everything gets +1 to wound against him.
Nice.
Do you want to keep shooting him with the Crisis Squad?
I do want to keep shooting it. Right. So the Crisis has got a bit of a mixture of weapons, haven't they?
So many weapons.
So I'm going to focus. I'm going to need your advice for this. I want to focus the anti-vehicle stuff on him, and then I'll see what we do with the burst cannons.
Wonderful. So you've got 3
So the
shots.
fusion things first.
You've got a Crisis sitting here who's got 3 fusion blasters.
Yep.
So he gets 3 shots.
Yep. Let's start with him.
So he gets 3 shots into the Contemptor, hitting on 4s.
No hits.
Oh dear me.
That's 3 and 2 1s.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh yes. Oh yes, Doctor.
Right.
He's gonna live.
Let's get some more fusion blast. What else have I got in the fusion blaster game?
That's all you got for fusion blasters.
Everything else is.
Anti-infantry stuff. Which should make short work of those Marines.
Yeah, we'll target them. Fuck it. Right. Let's load all of that out into the Marines.
Brilliant.
So that's.
Using your plasma guns, which are principally anti-infantry.
Yep.
You've got 2 plasma guns here. They're all in rapid fire range. Good gracious. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plasma guns for 14 shots total.
Wonderful.
These are specifically built to try and kill Space Marines, basically. And they hit on 4s. You don't get any rerolls because there are no marker lights on the Marines, and you get no weird stratagems or anything in play.
Hitting on 4s, do you say?
Hang on 4s.
That's actually pretty good. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfectly 50-50. As hitting on 4s should be with 17.
The more dice you
14.
roll, obviously, the more statistically
Yeah, it's central.
stable the result.
That's what we call central limit theorem in statistics.
I call it heresy. Get on with it.
So that's 7 hits. What am I wounding on?
You're looking for 3s to wound.
Ooh, that's quite nice. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds.
Wonderful. So, plasma guns just cut through armor like it's not even there. So my 3-up save is reduced to a 6-up save.
Oh, excellent.
Each one does 1 damage.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah. I don't make a single one, so that's 4 wounds go through.
Ooh.
Each Space Marine has 2 wounds, so
it.
one of them was already wounded, so he dies. This one would inflict a further 2 wounds, and then one of them takes the remaining spillover wound. I'll put it on this guy. So this squad rapidly melting away.
Yep. Excellent. Glad to see it.
You've finally got your burst cannon in that unit.
Excellent. So that's again going to be at the same infantry. So how many shots is that?
8. Because you get 2 burst cannons. The mini guns, basically. Like
So I'm hitting on 4s here, or 3s? Is it 4s? Must be.
4s.
That's less good. That's a hit.
Oh,
Just the one.
From 8?
Yep.
He just got trigger happy. Just. He closed his eyes in excitement.
So that is a 3 to wound, which probably isn't even going to wound.
It doesn't wound?
Nope, that's a 3.
Oh, 3's a wound.
Okay, then yes, that's a wound.
Here we go. Armor save to keep this guy alive.
Excellent. You'll love to see it.
Just 2 guys left in that squad. Not ideal.
Right, now over to this side of the board.
Hey, if you'd killed 1 more, then I'd have a lone wolf over there.
Is that a thing? Did you get a thing for that?
It used to be a thing in previous editions. If a squad was whittled down to 1 guy, you could spend command points to make him a lone wolf, and like he became amazing because he was so angry that all of his friends were dead.
Yeah.
But that's not a thing in this edition anymore. It makes me very sad that it's not.
Right.
So it was good work to wipe that squad out. The Contemptor surviving's huge, though.
I know. Tell me about it. So yeah, marker lights are going to be firing from these guys onto that squad there.
Cool. Still can't target Bjorn because
What?
you still can't target Bjorn directly because he's got guys around him.
Yeah, with his lads.
Okay,
So that's 6 on. Marker lights hit on 5, don't they?
they do. They can all definitely see.
Yep.
So these actually hit on 4s now because they only hit on 5s last time because they moved and tried to fire heavy weapons in the form of the marker lights.
Yep. Well, that's pretty good. That's 3 hits from the marker lights.
Now, what you can do, Doctor, is there's another stratagem called networked marker light uplink that gives you 3 extra marker lights. So if you were to get 5 marker lights on these guys total, you get +1 to hit. It costs you 1 CP and it generates D3 extra marker lights.
Fuck it. I'll do it. Yep.
So like basically the strike cruiser in orbit puts extra marker lights on them.
Yep. That makes sense. So let's roll this extra D3. So that gets me 3 extra marker lights, which puts 6 on them.
Wonderful. So with 6 marker lights, they lose the benefit of cover.
Yep.
They weren't in cover anyway, but crucially you get +1 to hit them.
Welcome to Burst Cannon Town. Population U.
Do.
So how many from the Cold Stars burst cannons? That's 8, is it?
12. So he's got a high output burst cannon, so he gets more shots. And he also has an advanced targeting system to make his shots more penetrative when it comes to armor. And yes, you did ask me, Doctor, not to use the word penetrative, but...
And yet, here we are.
12 shots, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Why am I re-rolling 1s?
Because of the marker lights.
Oh, beautiful. This is almost impossible to... Well, let's not say that. That is actually still 3 1s, so let's re-roll those. And that is all hits. All 12 of them.
Good gracious. So he actually would technically get +1 to hit, but a roll of a 1 is always a failure.
Yeah.
So he wins then on 3s.
That's less good, actually. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. I mean, it's still great, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as good as it could have been probabilistically.
Okay, so I get what would be a 3+ save, because you've got advanced targeting systems as a point of armor penetration, so I get a 4+ save. Oh heavens.
Excellent. That's
So
4 wounds.
That's 4 wounds, and that'll be 2 dead space marines.
Excellent. You'll love to see it. Well, I do. You don't.
I'm not so keen. So that's 2 space marines who bite the bullet. That's a pretty... He's done pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Bjorn coming over to pull his limbs
Yeah,
off.
he's going to dismantle him.
with extreme prejudice, he's going to dismantle
Look at
him.
that fucking claw. He's just going to tear him apart like Lego. But quite frankly, he's done a lot for the greater good. So
Just so. Well, what's far next, Doctor? I think the only thing you've got left is your ghost keel. Now,
correct.
you've got a kind of choice to make. So the ghost keel will get +1 to hit if it was to fire at the remaining space marines around Bjorn.
Yep.
But it also has a tempting target in the form of the rhino.
It does,
But it doesn't
exactly.
have any marker light support if it was to shoot the rhino. So
let's-
it's less accurate against the rhino. But or you can try and be greedy and split your fire. He could put some of his guns into the rhino and some of his guns into the marines.
Do you have to declare it all at the same time, or can I shoot? Yeah.
You got to declare all at the same time.
I thought that would be the case, but there we go.
Is he going to be greedy? Is he going to play safe?
We're going to play safe. We're going to try and take out the rest of that Marine squadron.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So, what am I firing here?
So he gets D3 additional shots from his fusion collider. Again, my favourite named gun.
That's 6, so that's 3 additional shots.
And he's got 2 from his fusion, so 5 shots total.
Hitting on with the marker lights.
Hitting on 3s because he gets +1 to hit, and he can reroll 1s from the marker lights as well.
So let's re-roll that one. Hitting on 3s, you say that's 4 hits from him.
Damn. He wins on 2s because he's strength 8 with all of his fusion weapons, and Marines only toughness 4, so
That's 4 hits.
4 wounds of this to
4 wounds even, I think it's...
It cuts clean through the armor, so you got to roll for damage individually, but I don't think you can actually fail. So the first one does how much damage?
6.
6. Okay,
Bye-bye.
so triple what is necessary to kill the Marine. The second shot does how much damage? Because this just goes clean through my armor.
3.
So that kills the remaining Marine. The rest of them don't spill over, but overwhelming firepower just to melt them.
Yep. And I think that's my combat's done.
Yeah. Do you want to charge anything, Doctor?
Absolutely not. That was a classic Tau play.
Yeah, it's
Marker lights from absurd range and then precision pick off the targets.
smashy, smashy.
I feel like I'm doing, I have to remind myself, it looks like I'm doing better than I am because the amount of stuff you've got in orbit and in the Rhino still.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not feeling great about any of this, but we'll see.
But, points phase, or whatever it's called.
I've got to do morale first.
Ah,
so-
yes. Oh, well, then, no, I was about to say they've lost some units, but yeah, so they lost 3, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 3. Let's
So
see.
2, because they're down here, I can see them. Unless there's another one somewhere.
Oh, no, I took more off. So I think it was 3 that they lost.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So 3 casualties. If I roll a 6, I'm in trouble. Otherwise, I'm fine. Oh dear, we've rolled a 6. Now, thankfully, because they have the "They shall know no fear," I can re-roll. So there's a 5. We're fine in the case of 5. So I'd add the number of casualties to my result of the dice roll. As long as it doesn't exceed 8, they're fine. The 6 was a problem because someone would have run away or succumbed to their injuries, but I get to re-roll because of their special rule, and they shall know no fear because they're Space Marines.
Cool.
Although I am starting to get a little bit afraid.
So, points now.
Yes, at the end of your turn, Doctor, what do you score?
So, Supremacy. 63, 3d6, d3 victory points if you control any 3 objective markers.
Which you definitely do.
I control here, here, and here. So that's a d3 of victory points. So that is 5. So that's a 3.
God damn.
3 points from there. Behind enemy lines, score a victory point if you have at least 1 unit completely in that. And if I have 3, which I do, that's another 3.
Good gracious.
So that would be That's a 5 again, so that's 6 victory points. I was being all cocky only using a D12 for these, but I'm on 10 already. Good lord.
It's not looking great for the Sons of Rus, but like I've still got my Terminators that can come down. We'll see if we can deliver a counter punch in but a moment. Okay, we're back viewership at the beginning of Space Wolf's turn 2, and it's not looking great given that we have 1 victory point and the Foul Tau have 10. So this is
really loud. Jesus.
This is not a glorious command phase for the Imperium of Man, but I do generate 1 command point, so I'm back up to 11, which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I think I need to make more use of my command points, but I'll draw my new objective. So I still have secure objective 2 as a mission critical objective. I get Scour the Skies, so destroy something that can fly. All of his battlesuits can fly. So that's
all of them?
Yeah.
Is that how they move, I guess?
That is how they move. They all have jetpacks. Yeah. And I get secure objective 3. Where is objective
3? I think is on your side anyway. There.
Yeah. I don't want to leave them there to die.
Yep.
We might just give up on them. We need to score the points. We'll see what we do. So we got secure objective 3, destroy something with the fly keyword, so that's any of his battlesuits, and get to mission critical objective 2. So these are all actually achievable this turn.
Glad to hear it. Well, I'm not, but for content reasons, I am.
Yeah, like we're not out of the running yet, and our Terminators can beam down from high orbit this turn.
Yeah, see, that's what I feel like. I was just saying that to Sprite while we were on the break. I feel like I'm doing better than I am, but that's because there's all the lads in the Rhino and all the lads in orbit that I've kind of forgotten about because they're not on the board. So I'm like, I'm doing great, but I'm like, yeah, there's some bullshit in orbit and in vehicles though.
Yeah. So we'll do my movement phase, and I think you'll probably get a summary of this viewership. We'll see how it goes. Here we are, viewership, back for my movement phase, a kind of summary. So what's happened here is that my squad of noble Space Marines have jumped out to engage the Ghost Keel. They are led by Sigurd the Steel Shod, this guy who's got a thunder hammer and a raging hard-on to kill this Ghost Keel after it blew up his friends over there. The Rhino has kind of come up, so this is just a troop carrier. It's not amazing. What it'll either probably do is charge the Ghost Keel to absorb the Overwatch, or it might put its guns against these really irritating Pathfinders who are like marker lighting everything on the board. This is making me much happier over here though. So we have Bjorn the Fell-Handed, my Dreadnought special character, the oldest and angriest Dreadnought in the Imperium, facing down a commander that we have started to name Steel Balls. So named not because he actually has a crotch piece made of steel, it's made of a much more advanced metal, but because he has steel balls, if you catch our meaning. My Long Fangs haven't moved. I'm hopeful that they can bring their heavier weapons to bear on the Ghost Keel this turn, maybe wipe it off the board. Over in this far corner now, we've got my Contemptor Dreadnought who backed up towards my own table edge. He's here effectively to sell his life dearly into this squad of crisis suits. I don't imagine it's going to go well. They'll probably melt him. Now, this squad of Marines, the 2 brave survivors from the onslaught of last turn, I wanted them to charge up the field in order to get to these Fire Warriors in the ruins, so they can engage Stone Mantle and his squad. But I need them to hold objective 3 in order for me to get some points this turn, so they're probably going to hang out there. The thing that's making me arguably happiest is that my Terminators have dropped down. So my Warlord, Havarl Redblade, and his retinue of Terminators, these are the Thundering Sound. They are preparing to put their guns and their axes and all of their horrible weapons to bear against this Tau squad in the ruins. So the idea is to start to pull apart the Good Doctor's gunline of pulse rifles. I'm not sure this is the best tactical decision. I think realistically they'd be better selling their lives against the big blob of amazing heavily armed crisis suits, but it'll make me happier to watch them disembowel some Fire Warriors, so that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's a summary of my movement phase. We're going to go on to shooting, and we'll get that set up for you momentarily. Okay, so in my shooting phase, my recently disembarked squad of Grey Hunters are going to put all their bolters into these tactical drones over here, just because the bolters aren't great against the Ghost Keel. The tactical doctrine is activated this turn. It means that my bolt weapons are slightly better. So
that seems like some... What, did you just get that? Is that just a Space Marines thing?
That's just a Space Marine thing. So they hit on 3s. It's not the best, but it doesn't need to be. These are only drones after all. And they'll wound on 4s. Ha! 2 wounds. So the drones are in cover, so they get +1 to their save. But this turn only, the tactical doctrine means I get -1 AP on bolt weapons.
Cancel
so
out.
it's a 4+ save total.
And both save.
Ah! Well, that was worth it.
Beep beep, happy boop noise.
Next we're going to put my Rhino. I think he's going to put his guns, or the crew that remain inside it are going to put their guns into these Pathfinders, because they're annoying me as well. He hits on 3s with his 4 shots. Just 2 hits. And he wounds them on 3s. Cool. The Pathfinders get a 4+ save. They typically have a 5+, but they're in cover.
How many wounds? 2, do you say?
Yeah, 2. I think.
That's one.
We scratched one Pathfinder, not a great showing, if I'm being perfectly honest.
This guy then, ooh, metal weapons.
Okay, we're going to put 4 las cannons from my long fangs into the ghost keel over here and try and wipe him off the board. If not, we can always charge him in melee. But we've got 4 shots. I'm going to use acute senses again because he's -1 to hit because of his stealth field. So this will ignore that -1 to hit because of my acute senses. I smell him and can shoot him better because
Smells like Harris.
it smells like fish over there. Yes. So they hit on 3s. We've got 3 hits, which is pretty solid start. Their strength 9 with their last cannons against his toughness of 6, so they wound him on 3s. We've got 2 wounds. Do I want to use a command point on this? I don't think I do. The Doctor has 2 4+ saves because the Ghost Keel has a shield generator.
That's 1 save.
1 goes through. It'll deal D6 damage.
Did a DJ. That's 3.
So he has 10 wounds to begin with. He drops down to 7.
Okay, give me
There we go. Not terrible. Not brilliant, but not terrible. Bjorn's going to open up with his assault cannons against steel balls. So he hits steel balls on 2s. All of them are hits.
Okay.
Steel balls is toughness 5 to Bjorn's strength 6 with his assault cannon, so he wins them on 3s. That's 1, 2, 3 wounds. Steel balls gets a 4-up save against this.
Oh!
One wound.
Not bad, 1 wound through.
1 wound goes through. Bjorn also, I almost forget that he has this. He's got heavy flamer strapped underneath his arm, so we're going to scorch him with fried fish. So the flamer always hits automatically, and it generates 3 hits on this occasion. It'll wound him on 4s with a flamer. Not a single one.
Nice.
Lightly toasted, just the way that Bjorn likes them. I'm desperate for them to charge, but that's in the upcoming phase.
So he took 1 wound.
He took 1 wound. And I'll adjust my command points because I used acute senses, dropping me back down to 10. I haven't used my reroll yet. Now, my doomed Contemptor Dreadnought, before he dies horribly to Overwatch, he's going to power up and spool his Carey's assault cannon and put it into those battlesuits in front of him. So I don't expect this will go well, but we'll give it our best possible shot. So he's got 6 shots, hitting on 3s.
That's not bad.
He hits with 4, which is about the odds, I suppose. He wins them on 3s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
They get a 4+ save.
So this game's the crises.
Yes. So one of them drops to 1 wound. They have 3 wounds apiece. 2 damage went through. You can choose which of them is wounded, Doctor. The burst cannons. The one with the least valuable weapons.
Yes, basically.
We've got 1 marine there with this combi melter. He's going to fire backwards over his shoulder. I'm just going to turn him around to face the direction he's shooting. Backwards over his shoulder into the crisis suits. He's just in range. He hits on a 3 with his combi melter. He hits. He will wound on a 3. He wounds on a 5. Doctor, this cuts clean through the armor of this crisis suit.
Oh!
It does D6 damage, but that bounce only has 1 wound left.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, it would have done 6 damage wasted on its suit.
So this guy's a slag pile now?
Yeah, we just melt him to nothing. But I'm pleased with that. The remaining Space Marine over there, his friend is going to fire his 2 shots directly ahead of him at Stone Mantle and his boys, so hitting 3s. He hits twice, he wins on 3s. He wins twice. Jesus. Stone Mantle and his squad gets 4-up saves.
No saves.
Kills 2. Heroes.
Jesus, 2 fucking Marines.
Absolute heroes.
Not on.
This is like what the Imperium of Space Marines should be doing. Kicking ass, taking names, securing objectives, getting shit done.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you with the sound of my 10 command points.
Victory points, get the terminal.
Sorry, yeah. It was 8 command points.
Call them whatever you want, you're still winning. Right. Finally, we're going to resolve the shooting from my many Terminators into the fire warriors over here. We're going to start off with my Warlord. He gets 4 shots from his Stormbolter. He hits on 2s.
That's 4 hits.
That's 4 hits. He wounds on 3s.
That's 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Now, they are in cover, but this turn and this turn only, I get -1 AP on my bolt weapons.
Is that your tactical nonsense?
My tactical doctrine, yes, my tactical nonsense, but they cancel out, so the standard 4+ save is what they get.
2 saves, so one wound goes through.
Brilliant. I'll kill 1 fire warrior, and then we have 1, 2, plink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Terminators, so 20 shots.
Fucking Christ.
It's rather a lot of shots. Some would say too many.
See, this is why I was like, I don't want to relax yet because I'm aware that the Terminators are inbound. full of tactical bullshit.
I have to use the Doctor's heretical white dice because I don't have enough awesome Space Wolf dice to record this properly, viewership, but they hit on 3s.
That's a lot of 3s.
It's rather a lot of 3s. Now, they are next to...
I like the heretical dice fucked up.
Excellent. They are next to my Warlord. So because he is a Space Wolves Captain, or a Space Wolves Wolf Lord, I can reroll 1s to hit. Because there are 6 within 6 inches of him.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Taste my bolters, Tau Menace. Welcome to Bolter time, population U. They wound on 3s. Oh, this isn't so great. So I can't reroll any of these dice because he only rerolls
That's actually not, yeah.
the hit roll. So it's almost balanced out. By my reckoning, there are 8 wounds total, and you get 4+ saves against this Doctor.
Not great. That's 6 wounds go through.
Oh yes, so 7 casualties total. Meaning there should be 3 Fire Warriors left in that unit. Not bad! My final Terminator has got a combi plasma. He can fire either his bolt gun or his plasma. So he's going to fire his plasma rifle. It hits on 3s.
That's a 5. That's a hit.
It wounds on 2s because it strikes 7. So it wounds. This Tau gets a 6 up save. Ha! We melted one more with his combi plasma. The Terminator Sergeant had a different weapon. Oh yes, Doctor, yes!
Okay. Those Terminators were about the threat I was worried they were going to be.
I believe this is the conclusion of my shooting phase, so we'll move on to charge phase in just a moment. I think what's going to happen over here, and we're going to have Bjorn charge this guy now. He gets the Overwatch, so when I declare charge against an enemy model, we're in the charge phase now, he gets to fire wildly but inaccurately at me. So
I can do like so it's a fair number, isn't it?
12 shots from this guy with his high output burst cannon and then a regular burst cannon to supplement it, giving him 12 shots, which is a lot of bullets.
But you only hit on 6s, isn't it, with Overwatch or something like that?
Because you are Tau Sept, you hit on 5s on Overwatch.
Ooh. It's actually not bad. That is 3 hits.
Heresy. You wound me on 5s, so his burst cannons are strength 5, Bjorn is toughness 8, because he's hard as nails.
That's a wound.
Okay, Bjorn gets a 4-up save against this.
Bullshit.
Behold, yes, the wolf's head!
The Richard Nixon's head.
So, in the charge phase viewership, this is the first charge we've had. I roll 2 dice, and Bjorn travels that number of inches. If it's enough to get him into combat, as in within base to base with his enemy, he makes it into melee. He's rolled a 4, which is not very high.
That'll do 4 inches, though, I bet you.
But hey, something good. There we go, 4 inches is more. 4 inches is enough in this case, right? So Bjorn makes it into combat, which is excellent. We'll see who's got balls of steel now.
Rip my knob off.
Other charges I'm going to declare. So I think to begin with, we're going to try and charge my Rhino. It's going to run into the Ghost Keel, such that my Space Marines don't need to run into the Overwatch. So your Ghost Keel gets to open up.
So he gets what? How many? He gets like 2 plus D3, doesn't he?
Correct.
I'm learning slowly. So that's 3.
He also hits on 5s on Overwatch.
That's none.
Ha!
So right thinking pew pew pew, but where your Rhino charges up and doesn't do a lot.
It does 5 inches. It's just to tag him so that my Marines don't get shot with his Overwatch, so it just runs into him.
Yeah. Bonk! Right in the leg.
My Space Marines are going to charge the same place. So they charge 4 inches, which is not a lot, but it's just enough to get them in against the Ghost Keel, which is all I really want.
Yep.
So, 4 inches. Not very far at all. As long as a few of them can tag him, that's what we need to do. And most importantly, they also control that objective for me.
Yep.
Cool. We're going to fly all the way over here to do my Terminators flying in now. So the Doctor's Fire Wars will get to Overwatch. I'm going to begin by charging with my squad of Terminators. So,
cool. So my Overwatch is how many? I think there's a lot of them there actually that can fire an Overwatch. There's two squads. Or is it only the squad that's being charged?
It's the squad that's being charged, and then any other unit within 6 inches because you're a Tau. But
so these are not within 6 inches.
No. So it's
the Ethereal is actually annoyingly exposed. Still have to move.
The Theo doesn't have any guns anyways, but because you're now in rapid fire range, they get to double tap effectively.
So that would be 9 of these 10 have got line of sight. This one up here, actually in the middle, doesn't have line of sight.
So that's 18 shots.
18. Jesus Christ. Right. This is only on 6s, or is this on 5s as well?
This is on 5s. All your stuff will watch us in 5s because you're Tau set.
That's not good. That's 1,
Oh, disastrous.
2, 3 out of 18, which is pretty poor. Overwatch, I'll be honest.
You should get a third, and that was...
I was not a third.
3 is not a third of 18.
And then I fucked up and dropped all my dice on the floor, so if anyone can gather some loose dice.
We'll pick you up. You are 3s to wound these Terminators.
That's better. That is 3 wounds.
Okay, I get a 3+ save against this.
Balls.
Ha! So my Terminators, when they come down, they need to be 9 inches away.
Yep.
So they need to roll a 9. As long as they are within 6 inches of my Warlord, they can re-roll failed charges. So here we go. I need to show a 9. I get an 8. I need to show a 9 because I can re-roll. Hey, 10 inches.
Balls.
That's what we're after. They can do this because my Warlord has the Woven Stone UC viewership, which means they can re-roll charges.
That's some bullshit. There's so much just like, oh. At least mine are like, oh, I've got, shield generators on this outbox, whereas yours are like, I have the strength of a large dog. Speaking of which, where is your wolf? He's not been doing
Did
anything.
you just knock him over?
I did by accident. Totally by accident, you understand. Secondarily, my Warlord's going to try and charge in the same place.
Yep.
So he's got to show, I believe it's an 8.
Actually, he can't re-roll.
He can reroll.
Oh, he can... Oh.
Actually, no, you're right. He can't reroll, but he only needs to show an 8.
Yeah.
So he adds +1 to his charges because of his Hunter Warlord trait.
Yep, that's fine.
He rolled an 11,
Yep.
so in he goes. Wonderful.
This is the shit I wanted to stop in its tracks, is every fucking Space Wolf on the map charging me. This is where the tide may turn against the Tau. I've been having fun plinking you from range, but now...
Alright, so my final charge this turn is my Contemptor over here. He's going to try and charge in against these Tau. So, in the first instance, my Contemptor goes in, but the Doctor gets...
A lot of Overwatch.
Yeah, you start with the Fusion Blasters. So the Fusion Blasters in the squad itself can Overwatch. So you get 3 shots from those, and then you get an additional 3 from your Commander, because he can Overwatch along with the unit because he's within 6 inches.
Okay, so that's 6 in the first instance.
Yeah, and these all hit on 5s and 6s.
Wow, that's actually pretty... Oh no, it's not. That's only 2.
So they wound on 3s.
That's 2 wounds.
I get 2 5+ Atomantic shielding saves.
Oh, that's only 1.
Make 1.
That's a d6 damage. Or...
It will do d6 damage. He's only got 4 wounds left. I think the sensible play here is to use another command point to reroll this.
Okay.
So for my command point reroll for this phase. It goes through and it deals d6 damage.
Right, let's...
A 4+ and he's smoked.
Go, Gadget, blow up the Dreadnought! Yes!
On the roll of a 6, my Dreadnought explodes. No, he just goes down in a literal blaze of glory. I thought it was ambitious, but hey, he sold his life dearly. Not really. He died accomplishing very little, to be honest.
No, he just charged and just got dismantled.
He's a slag pile now. By which I mean, like, he's not a loose Dreadnought. He's just he's reduced to his component pieces. Molten slag, you understand, viewership. Right. Alright, no more charges. What I want to do now is move on to my combat phase.
Yep.
So let's start with the one that we've already got on camera. Let's do Bjorn the Fell-Handed against Captain Steel Balls, or Commander Steel Balls.
Steel Balls, yeah.
So Bjorn has 5 attacks. On the charge, he gets +1 to hit, but he hits on 2s anyway, so... There we go.
Oh no.
He hits with all 5. His True Claw gives him, I think, +5 strength. I'll double check that actually. We should actually make sure that I'm doing this properly. So Bjorn has a base strength of 7, which is pretty good. And True Claw, his relic weapon that he's got, gives him +5 strength, so he's strength 12. The Cold Star is only toughness 5.
So double, so he gets wounds on 2s, isn't it?
He wounds on 2s.
Yep, that's 5 wounds.
That's all of them. So, thankfully the Cold Star does have a shield generator, so he can block these on a 4+, 5 of them, with his invulnerable save.
4 go through.
Okay, each one does d6 damage.
More than 4, I take it? It would have to be.
It's a total of 18.
Oh. So yeah, you may have lost your Contemptor, but this guy has been, pulled apart like a sadist with a spider.
Yeah, Bjorn's very angry that you killed the Space Wolves that were running around in front of him.
Understandable.
He's plucking the limbs off,
Okay.
one at a time.
Less good for the greater good here. More like the greater average.
Looks like fish is back on the menu, boys. Wonderful. Over here now, so when they charge in, if anyone's not already in base to base, they can pile in 3 inches. So I've got one, 2, 3 guys in base to base, and then anyone who's right next to them can also fight. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Space Marines, and then we've got the Thunderhammer, but we'll do the Thunderhammer last. Because I'm so pleased with the Thunderhammer. So each Space Marine has 2 attacks base, and then each one gets an extra attack when they charge. So these guys hit on 2s on the time they charge, because they're Space Wolves, and they're really, really angry on the charge.
No, it's all but 1. That's 11.
Where's the 1?
Oh, there's a 2. Oh, no, 2's... Oh,
Yeah, I hit on 2s on the charge.
Fuck me.
They win the Go skill on 5s, though. So, not ideal.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Oh, I think they would actually have more attack than chainsaws. Never mind, this is good. I'm going to keep this result. It's my fault for forgetting. So, in total, we've had 6 wins that go through in the Go skill. He's got a 4-up save against these, because my chainsaw gives me -1 to arm saves.
So he saves 2.
It takes 4.
4 go through.
Bring him down to 3. The question now becomes, can I finish him off with a Thunderhammer? My Wolfguard Pack Leader has 2 attacks on his profile. Because he's charging, he gets additional attack. He doesn't have a chainsaw, so he doesn't get any more. Now, the Thunderhammer he's swinging is so big and heavy, it gives him -1 to hit, but he gets +1 to hit on the charge, so he's hitting on 3s. He hits twice. The Thunderhammer doubles his strength, so he wins on 3s against the Ghost skill.
Ah! Hey! He biffs it!
Do I want to use a command point? I already used it.
Yeah.
Oh, he does biff it. Hilarious.
Doing!
Oh, that's disappointing. Hilariously, the Ghost skill gets to punch me back.
This. I'm deeply hoping for the narrative of this. If you just go throwing up his knee, he just kicks him to the fucking moon. Right, what am I rolling here? Is it just the 1? Oh no, but
I'll look it up. I think he has 3 attacks in his profile, but I'll double check with the Ghost skill. They don't often get to fight in close combat at the tower.
No.
So this is kind of hilarious that didn't work. Jesus Christ. This is what my name is. This is Sigurd the Steel Shod. So far, he's not done much. So the Ghost skill has, at his current hit points, he's got 2 attacks.
Cool.
He hits on 5s.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Nope. Doesn't even add up to 5.
Command reroll.
Did you really?
For the banter. Absolutely want to do that.
Okay, just to kick a Space Marine to death.
Not to death, just in the face a little bit. Nah.
That's it was worth a shot.
It was. For the content.
Right. Our final combat of the round then. I'm disappointed I couldn't smash the Ghost skill, but my Terminators I'm hoping will get the job done. So, it's my Warlord who's up. He's got 4 attacks in his profile, and he generates an extra D3 when he charges. So he gets an extra D3 for charging. He gets an extra 2 for a total of 6. So we're going to start with my Warlord, and then we'll move on to the Terminators in a moment.
Yep.
So he hits on 2s on the charge with his Relic Blade.
That's all of them.
That's all of them. He'll also wound on 2s on the charge, and this will slice clean through their armor. He's got -3 AP. They've only got a 4-up save. This is just to cut them in half with his axe.
5.
That'll do. So he chops 5 of them down. Then I move on to my Terminators. So they can pile in. So anyone who's not already in range can pile in 3 inches. So that gets that guy into range. So I've got 1 who's base to base, a guy with a Thunderhammer, and then this guy who's within an inch of a guy who is in range. So each Terminator gets 3 attacks. We'll do the 2 with their power axes, because everything's powerful in a Space Marine army, including the axes. So they hit on 2s, because they charge it this turn. I could reroll 1s, because my Wolf Lord is still there, but it doesn't matter, because we all hit. And these will also wound on 2s, because they're strength 6. That's 5 wounds, and the Doctor's got to make 6-up saves against this.
Wow. It's 1 saves at least. But the other 4 are, I think, the remainder of that unit.
Yes. Is there anyone left alive?
No. No, yeah, no, there is. There's 1. I'm going to leave him up there.
Excellent. I'm going to hit him with a Thunderhammer.
I assumed as much, but...
Okay. My squad leader gets 4 attacks with his Thunderhammer. He's got 3 base, and then 1 for charging.
Leap up there like Thor. Crack this guy. Oh.
It's really overkill to use a Thunderhammer on a Fire Warrior, but this is just how we're doing things today. So he hits on 3s on the charge. Oh wow, okay, he's missed 3 times, but I can read all these 1s, thankfully.
I'm not impressed by the Thunderhammer so far, I'll level with you.
There we go.
That's more like it.
This will wound on 2s.
Yep.
3 wounds. You get 6 up saves against this. Go on. Oh, he makes 1.
But the other 2 bash his fucking brains in.
Yes, he does. He's flattened into the ground. There are barely any pieces of him left.
Yeah, things haven't gone great for these guys this turn. I'll be honest, those Terminators have just opened them up.
But you do still have your suits. The Ghost Keel, bizarrely, is still in combat. You still got your heavy stuff like the broadside.
It's the heavy stuff in the corner that I'm kind of going to be relying on now.
Yeah.
But, and
That's all we've got left.
and the command points. Victory points. I'm going to be relying on that.
At the end of my turn, the only thing that we've got to do is Stone Mantle and his 1 remaining buddy. I've got to take a morale test.
Oh, these guys go to a morale test as well.
Oh yeah, so let's do Stone Mantle first, because
Yep.
I assume he'll pass. So he's at 2 casualties, he's leadership 7. But you only got to roll 1 dice for morale.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of rolling 1 dice for every dead thing. So that is... Oh no.
He's taken 2 casualties, it's got to exceed 7, so 5 plus 2 is 7. It doesn't exceed
Cool.
7, so he's fine.
Then for the guys in the thing, they've taken 8 casualties.
Yes, so...
8 plus 4 is 10.
Well, you got to roll for them first.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. So if you exceed the leadership, which you have,
Yep.
1 automatically runs, and then you roll a dice for the remaining dude. On the roll of a 1, he also flees. Hey! The bravest little fire warrior ever just sticks around. What if we...
It's because he knows his ethereal's still down there. Lonely little bastard at the top.
This here of your ship, the loneliest little fire warrior, but also the bravest little fire warrior.
I mean, yeah, he can have a rough one next turn, but...
Yeah, I mean, I can't get to him. He's all the way up here, and as you can see, my Terminators are all the way down there.
Yes, but they have storm bolters.
Oh yeah, they can shoot him. That's true.
Right. You don't have to do any morale stuff, I don't think. No.
Nope, I didn't suffer any casualties other than the
Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought, but he's immune to morale anyway because he's vehicle. Basically.
So now scoring.
Yeah, so irritatingly, I did not get Scour the Skies. So that's destroy anything with a fly keyword.
This guy flies.
Oh yeah! So I do get that.
Commander Steel Balls flies.
Yeah, too right, we killed Steel Bolt. So we get Scour the Skies, that was one of our objectives.
Yep.
We have secured objective 3. Where's objective 3? No, we haven't.
Yeah, you have. That's the 2 lads there.
Brilliant, we get secure objective 3 for 2 points, as in 2 total
Yep.
this turn. And mission critical objective, if I control objective 2 and you controlled it at the start of the turn, which you did, I
Yep.
get D3 points.
So do you take it off me by just being there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've got more guys next to it and I'm objective secured. So
Yep.
I rolled a 6, so I get 3 points for that for a total of 5 this turn.
That brings you up to...
Bringing my total score up to 6. So still not...
Getting a bit closer.
Yeah, the Doctor on
Yeah.
10, me on 6.
A lot is basically going to come down to just what my objectives are next turn and if I can do what not.
I'm confident we've delivered a strong counter punch here. Hopefully you guys can see in the roving count. I'm a bit disappointed with your ship. We couldn't take out the Ghost Keel, but my Terminators have dropped down. They're in a strong position. I'm still very afraid of the Doctor's blob of awful that's over in this area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going to call a break. Viewership will be back with the Doctor's turn 3 after we've had something to eat. But hope
Wonderful.
you're enjoying the content. If you are, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you for the next installment very shortly.
Indeed.